On to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. On to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. Gonna be standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. Gonna be standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. Where's my Kansas City baby and a bottle of Kansas City wine? Well, I might. Hi, and welcome to your Urban Connection. And remember, this is the channel that is often imitated but is never duplicated. Now, I've been doing this show for about 2 years. This will be my 108th video. All of my videos have been educational and informational. Today, I'm going to do something just a little bit different. Because after what happened on yesterday, I have to give in to my motto of not doing entertainment shows. But I cannot help it. This is going to be interesting, folks. So let me say this. Dallas Cowboys, take heed. You are no longer America's football team. No, sirree. You have been replaced. And your replacement is not the Chicago Bears. It is not the Philadelphia Eagles. It is not the Los Angeles Raiders. And it is not the New Orleans Saints. No, sirree, it is none other than the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the new dynasty in American football. Yes, the little would you have imagined 10 years ago that the next dynasty in the NFL would come from the city of Kansas City, from the state of Missouri. But here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, you Cowboys, you have your cheerleaders. And you had all of America in your back pockets. But all of that changed on last night. Because now all of America is behind the new dynasty, the Kansas City Chiefs. And we have our own ambassador, the beloved American Idol, Taylor Swift. And we have our manager that all of America loves, Andy Reid. And we have a 3-time Super Bowl MVP. We have Patrick McHolmes. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got it all. And we've got something for everybody. And it's all coming from Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs. Hail to the Chief, America's football team. Dallas, you had it, but you don't have it anymore. It's like they say, nothing is forever. Everything has an expiration date in life. And your expiration date has come and gone. Now, the good thing about it here, ladies and gentlemen, is let me point this out. Patrick Mahomes, who has led this team to 3 Super Bowl championships in 5 years, is only 28 years old. Okay? Now, let's say with good fortune, good health, Patrick Mahomes has at least 3 to 5 more years of playing time, of stardom. He is the caliber of person that has not necessarily reached his peak yet. So this dynasty could be extended for another 3 to 5 years. Now, certainly we know that they won't win a championship every year, but if they win one every other year, they still will be America's football team. Okay? Now, here's the thing we like. On Wednesday, Americans from all parts of the country will be making the trek to Kansas City. Just like the song said, going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there. And for the fellas, I'm gonna get me one. All right. Okay. So it's on. There's now a love affair with Americans of all ages, all colors, all genders for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is like nothing we've ever seen. Now, if you don't believe that, be in Kansas City on Wednesday, okay? And make sure you get there before 12:45. You're gonna see a scene like you haven't seen before, okay? And it's coming from Kansas City Chiefs, all right? And you're gonna see an awful lot of yellow and red. I guarantee you, more yellow and red than you've ever seen in one place in your lifetime. And you're going to maybe get a chance to meet and greet not only Patrick McHolmes, but also Taylor Swift. Now, that alone is worth making the trip for most people. For some of you, not, you know. But, ladies and gentlemen, I just could not pass up this opportunity to give a shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, to the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, the MVP, three-time MVP, Super Bowl champ, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. And let me just say this. By no way, in no means, do I intend to omit or negate the team owners. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that is going to bring attention. It has already done so. But the attention that Kansas City is going to be receiving over these next few weeks and months and probably years is like nothing they've ever seen. They've never witnessed anything like what's about to happen because nothing like this has ever happened before in Kansas City. Okay? So be prepared. And if you're fortunate enough to be there, I can guarantee you that you're going to have a very, very good time and you're going to have something to talk about for the rest of your life. Okay? You'll have something to tell your kids about. Okay? And you can say, hey, I was there. Kansas City, Missouri, Wednesday. Be there or be square. All right? Okay. Now, let's get down to some business. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say one thing to you. You know, it's very, very, I've talked about Nikki Haley and also talked about Tim Scott and their attitudes and their lying and denying about the existence of racist behaviors and patterns in America. And we all know, we've heard the Nikki Haley, who came here in 1972, when this stuff was still going on, but make the claim, the bold lie, that America has never been a racist country. Well, I want to put all of that to bed. And it's very interesting. And I want to tell you about a report that has just come out, was just released, I believe, today. And it's from the McKinsey Company. And McKinsey has done a study of about 3,000 counties in various cities and states around the country. And they have determined. Now, listen to this, because what I'm going to tell you is going to call me a liar. You probably, but don't call me a liar. Call McKenzie, because I'm just not the message, I'm the messenger. The McKenzie report that was released states that it would take between 110 years to 300 years to bridge the racial divide and the racial gaps that exist today in America between the races. Okay? So how in the hell does somebody like Nikki Haley get off saying America has never been a racist country? What she should have said is America maybe has never been more racist than what it is today. Tim Scott, instead of saying America is not a racist country, should have said, I've never seen the racism this bad in this country. Because for the last 5 to 7 years, ladies and gentlemen, it has been going straight up. The racism has been straight up. What used to be said behind closed doors and done in the dark is now said out in the open and is done in broad daylight. We have hatred in this country for every nationality that is not European. It is on the rise, it's on the increase. We have hatred for people who are not heterosexual. We've never seen anything like this. It's unbelievable. It's unimaginable. And if I were not here to witness it, I would say it's not true. But I've witnessed it. I am witnessing it just like you are on a daily basis. It's real. Hate in this country is real. Racism in this country is real. Discrimination in this country is real. And at the same time, the white nationalists and the white supremacists don't hide the fact that they want this to be a white nation. They think anybody that is not white is not suitable for this country. You should not have any rights. You should be under their thumb. You should be under their control. Because from their standpoint, white males are supposed to have control over every other species in America. And that includes white women. You see, I don't understand it. I don't understand. White males make up a minority of the population of the United States. So why is it that white women and all non-white people cannot see how everybody except white males are in the same boat in this country? You're supposed to be under their thumb. You're not supposed to have any rights. You don't have any rights to your body. That's what women are finding out all across the country right now. White males want to determine what the hell you do with your body. They want to control how you vote, if you vote. They really don't want you to vote. They're trying to strip you of your right to vote. They don't want you to have certain jobs. The high-paying jobs, the positions of authority, the positions of power, in their mind, were designed for white men. And let me just tell you, all this crap that you're hearing about Joe Biden's age, look, I've told you before, most of that has very little to do with Joe Biden's age because look, let's look at the difference between the age of Joe Biden and the age of Donald Trump. And we talk about, or they talk about, well, Joe Biden won't live another 5 years. He won't live out his term. Well, what guarantee do we have that Donald Trump will live 5 years if he was elected? What guarantee do we have? None. So the conversation is not really about Joe Biden's age. What they won't tell you is the conversation is about who will be president should something happen to Joe Biden. And they can't stand that thought. They can't stand the thought of Kamala Harris being elevated to being the leader of the free world as president of the United States. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I tried to say to people 10, 12 years ago, people didn't believe me. Yes, Barack Obama was elected as the first black president, but there were large segments of the American population that felt that, by God, now they've gone too far. Because in their mind, the president of the United States was never intended to be a black man. So when that happened, that's when the lunatics came out of the closet. They came out of the darkness, came into the light, because they said, that's it. That's it. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. You see, we can't have this. See, we don't want a woman president, and we don't want no black person president. A black man is never supposed to have been president of the United States as far as they are concerned. You remember Mr. McConnell saying in his first year, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure he's a one-term president? He meant that, ladies and gentlemen. But he couldn't make it happen. But I guarantee you, Mr. McConnell, Donald Trump, and a whole lot of white supremacists and white nationalists will do everything in their power to see that no black man nor woman, as far as they're concerned, if they have any power, if they have any control, will never be president of this country again. Okay? Now, what we have to do is we, and when I say we, I'm talking about all colors of people, all poor people, all women, regardless what race you are, regardless of what party you are all treated the same. Or I should say we are all treated the same. But there's enough of us, there's many more of us together. And I emphasize that word, together. Okay? Because let me just tell you, it's us versus them. And the them, for the most part, is the 1%ers. And they're the ones that want to control everything. And they're the ones that Donald Trump is looking out for. He's not looking out for you. You people don't understand. I don't understand you people that are poor. You used to be middle class. You're not even that anymore because there is basically no middle class. You're either rich or you're poor, okay, in this country anymore. And the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poor. And yet the poor cannot bring themselves to realize we're all in this basket together. And we certainly outnumber the 1%. And we can take back control if we do it together. You know the old saying, united we stand, divided we fall, and we're falling deeper and deeper every single day. And if we're not very careful, come November of 2024, if you're not careful, your democracy will fall because you allowed it to happen. Because only you can elect an idiot, a racist, a white nationalist, a white supremacist, a lunatic, a rapist, a convict, a con man. Well, not convict yet. Well, he can be a convict because he was convicted of sexual assault. But only you can elect that idiot in 2024. And basically, he's going to wipe out. If you think things are bad now, let him get back in there, unfiltered. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see what tough times are all about. You're going to find out what it's like to live under a dictator who wants to do everything he wants to do without any consequences. An idiot who says that he should have immunity to do whatever the hell he wants to do, including have his enemies assassinated with no repercussions, with no consequences. But if we don't learn the lesson, that's where we're headed. So, if people say you want Donald Trump, I say this: be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it, and then you might not want it, but then it'll be too late. Okay. So anyhow, this report, and I would suggest that everybody get a copy of the McKinsey report as soon as you can and read it and find out for yourself what's happening. Can you imagine if this report is true and accurate? Another 110 to 300 years that folks that look like me and you, that people are who are not European in this country, will have to go through that amount of time. That means our children, our grandchildren, and their grandchildren, and their great grandchildren are going to be on this planet having to be controlled in everything they do by a few white men. So I want you to think about it. I want you to think about what you're doing when you black people talk about how you want Donald Trump. You don't know what the hell you're asking for. You don't know what you're getting. You think because he's got money that you're going to get money in your pockets. It's not going to be through any action of Donald Trump. It won't be intentional. I guarantee you that. But you just keep on thinking that Donald Trump is your savior. You keep thinking that. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. That's my show. But don't forget the Kansas City Chiefs on Wednesday. Their parade in Kansas City, Missouri. Until next time, see you and have a good day.